That MTT is taking damage!
Basically, show you how terrible I am at this game. Or at any game, really. My name is... I named myself on my channel, Griffinxan-go. Griffinxan-go. First death of this battle.
You and me.
One thing I gotta say about this game is that I am absolutely in love with these types of games. Battlefront, Battlefront 2, Battlefield 1.
Empty power fluctuating.
4. A lot of this style of gameplay.
Holding this position.
It's always been one of my favorite things to watch. But even though I have
Did we get it?
terrible,
MTT hit!
I've basically made a series of the fact that I am the worst player most people have ever seen in this kind of game. Just goes to show. I don't know really what to say besides that. A lot of this gameplay is
Enemy transport.
especially
Absorbing ion blast.
these types of games
Drop back and
fairly
rearm.
straightforward.
Next squad forward.
Aim, shoot. For me, it's never seems to be quite that easy. They either get the flank on me, or they get, I don't know, they seem to have better aim than I do. Maybe it's my sensitivity, I don't know.
Solid hit on the MTT.
I'm never really all that good
Stay
at it.
together.
I wish I was better. I really should. And I might even do some CSGO. One of those types.
Good news. Superior reinforcements landing.
I don't necessarily know how well I'm going to do commentating on this kind of game. I've never really actually tried. Ready? Why is he shooting me from behind? Oh, you're flanking me that way. Got it.
We do this together.
I'm going to try and make this decent commentary, but I don't know exactly what to talk about. The aesthetic, that's one of the things I will do about is the aesthetics of this particular game. This Battlefield 1 have really caught my attention how pretty they look. I mean,
Enemy reinforcements. I don't like this.
and I'm shooting the ceiling as I'm trying to do it. I'm not really sure besides what I'm doing, what I could say that could amplify or in any way enhance this particular type of gameplay. If it were Battlefield 1, I'd hook up with a bunch of the guys that I like to play against or play for, whatever have you.
closer!
Only like, 5, 10 minutes in the game. Just how bad I am. Armor available. What's that? Oh, no, I'm not going to be an 18. I
On your
don't
back.
like walkers. Yeah, type of game like this is in Battlefront 2 at least. I found that this type of game. More simple.
Direct hit to the troop transport! Prime! Cutting down! Damage to the MTT!
I may, like, just now drop off the ability to delay
That MTT is taking damage!
quite, you don't want to be in super bad mood. You want to work on the try to honk off on
Yeah! Back room! Grenade!
no, I didn't want that. Did I not kill it? Did I not hit it? I didn't hit it. I...
That's both transports, badly damaged.
That
MTT under fire! We're doing something! New enemy just landed! Can't identify! Ah, stop. Pull back from the MTT. We'll fight their boarding team on the ground. Those two Juggernaut turbo tanks are all that's left to protect the cruiser. The clankers will try to detonate the tank's control centers. Hold them off as long as you can.
We'll outmaneuver them.
yes, something like that.
Grenade! Make way!
Unless I get absolutely tanked by a grenade, that's lovely. Give me...
Together!
I do like some of the scripts they've come up, developed for these troopers that show that they're not all just simple one-liner one-nots, especially the scripts for the droids. They show a little bit bastard.
West turbo tanks under attack! Enemy
They
planting
showed
charges!
that they were trying. They're not just
Retake control
throwing
now!
ones in.
Disarm the detonator!
They're following actual like lore when it comes to.
Look, it's out! West turbo tank clear!
They're trying to follow the lore of Star Wars. Because it is said in a lot of like the old backstories in the comics. That droids, while barely killing officials, nowhere near as smart as they can get to be.
I'm a grenade!
Hold proper conversations or hold proper understanding.
Charges set on the West Juggernaut! Superior ally on the battlefield! Bomb located and disarmed aboard the West Juggernaut! Vehicle incoming! Unidentified enemy! That's no droid!
Shield generators up here. I thought it was down there.
Form on the West turbo tank! West Juggernaut, ready to explode! Those droids never stop.
Of course they never stop.
West Juggernaut charges disarmed.
Damn it, Wookie! Right in front of my cabins. Shot it. Not good. I love the aesthetics behind this. Aesthetics. Yay, they're dead.
The enemy is retreating.
Oh,
Out of
boy.
droids and out of firepower. Now our cruisers ready to launch.
The lore behind these kind of games, I think, really does need to take precedence in how you project the game you're playing, or you're developing. First-person shooter like this, or third-person shooter, I'm not sure if this is third person, yeah. The ability to play the game and play it quickly and well and properly against, depending on your skill level, Death Star 2, is paramount. But I'm glad the developers didn't just throw something together and say, oh, this one's on Hoth, this one's on Yavin 4, this one's on Kashyyyk, and just throw us into basically the same style as Battlefront. The first one. Not that the first one wasn't a good one to begin with, I did like the first one. I just like how this one has a lot more story behind it. Oh, and in case you're wondering, I will not be playing any of the storyline. I don't.
Ready to go.
While the story is good, a lot of people will follow it. A lot of people will play
All
it.
forces, a damaged enemy vessel has made station fall and rebel boarders are abandoning their ship.
I don't
They are
see
wounded and
myself
confused, but they are
playing
inside the Death Star. They will
that
attempt both
game.
sabotage and escape. Intercept their forces at the tractor beam's generator and control station. Do not allow those areas to be taken.
I don't see myself playing that kind of that as a playthrough or anything. Well, the story.
Clear for grenade.
Really, door? It's a good game. A good
Move out. I'll cover you.
Of course, they got a gun turret there. That's another thing I find interesting about how they
I'm ready to
changed
go.
this. Whereas before you had to find the power-ups as you went along, out in the field somewhere. Here you have to have them as a star card to use them. And when you're ready, basically anywhere.
Grenade up.
Did I just kill myself? I did. Son of a... Stupid grenades. Okay. I'm terrible at nades.
Let's blast him.
Oh, see, you have to have your own cards systems.
Rebels are shutting down tractor
First.
control.
before you
Eliminate
can-
the rebels. Resecure the area.
before you can use it. So those
What's the plan?
vehicle turrets and personnel turrets, or these health packets that are given away, are already in your pack. It's kind of like a loadout when you
Tractor beam generator losing power.
Kill the intruders.
playing some of the other fighting games like Battlefront.
Saboteurs neutralized. Generator restored.
Of course I'm shooting a window. Of course I'm shooting a window.
Signal from command. An elite agent has been dispatched.
Heads down. Grenade out.
Tractor control overrun. Systems damage.
And I'm stuck in the door. Lovely! Yeah! Really? Stuck in the door, I get out. Sure, why not? Let's just deal with that today. Yeah.
Right with you.
Okay, so again, I'm not necessarily the worst player. I'm fairly confident.
run out of time.
Yeah, they can get
Sector
frustrating.
secure and all escape routes
I
cut
find
off.
it frustrating as hell. Especially surrounded by some of the best players you can get. And they just absolutely wail on you. And never expect my name to be on that leaderboard. First, second, third, fourth, or fifth. I will never make it to that board. Hell, during my playthroughs of Battlefield 1, the World War I version, the only way I ever made it onto the top squad position was my squad mates carrying me there. I was usually always the last person on the squad, the worst person on the squad. So yeah, never expect to see my name up there. Lord knows I don't. In fact, let's go to the scoreboard. Yeah, 16th. I barely broke 1,000. Yeah, I'm not expecting too much out of this. Wait, we're going back to the Death Star 2? Oh yeah, that's right, I get to play the Infiltrator this time. Let's go with the Heavy this time, as usual. And I find that for my playstyle, I'll usually always be the Heavy or the Specialist, the Sniper. When it comes to Battlefield 1 or Battlefield 4, I'm usually always the support, or in a lot of cases, snipers. I'm either right in the thick of it, just wailing away with a heavy gun, just throwing lead down range, or else I'm up in the hills, especially in Battlefield 1.
Together.
I'll be way across the map and taking 300-yard shots. That
I would have preferred to crash on Endor, but at least we're intact. Survivors, weapons up. We'll find our own route off the Death Star. Our ships are lost, so we'll need to locate a new one and organize a launch. Two targets for now. Shut down the tractor beam's generator and control station, and expect opposition.
close, I'm sure. Actually, Admiral Akbar.
Grenade set!
Starting generator shutdown sequence. Made it to tractor control. Trying to shut down.
Oh, excuse me.
I'm back in.
Now that being said, you also have to choose the type of game you're going to play, the type of loadout.
Generator
Yeah.
shutdown sequence running.
This is a very tight quarters type of range or map. So the map, sniper unit would work very well.
Starting shutdown. Tractor control going offline.
Let's go.
An officer would probably work fairly decently, but I don't really. Yeah, I just don't like the officer actually. Now I think about it, I'd rather have an attack over an officer.
We're taking the generator offline.
blocking the path. That's the only downside I've come across when it comes to these types of games. Oh, I apologize. Grenade out!
Initiating generator shutdown.
The environment can be too heavy. Like during my Battlefield 1 games, my personal bane of my existence,
We're in tractor control, taking all systems offline.
bayonet charges. Each game has to have something like that. Oh, I can't shoot that. It has something like that that I go.
We're in tractor beam control. All systems powering off.
Stay put. Stand ready. Tractor generator controller offline. Clear out those stormtroopers and await new orders. All right. We've got to shut down the turbolasers in this sector to fly out of here. But there's something else. We can sabotage the main weapon, the planet killer. Controls are close by. Go.
We're at the turbo laser hub. Starting shutdown.
My way, droid. Ah! Screw you, dude.
Turbo laser shutting down. Could take a while.
Starting turbo laser shutdown sequence.
Ariel available? Ariel? Oh, that, no.
I'm back.
She's an alright starter hero, but I'm not a fan of what she can actually do. Start, she's alright. Just barely learning the game, she's alright.
Turbo laser shutdown complete. Fire teams to the main weapon.
Hero to use later on, I can't find myself justifying it.
At the main weapon. Shutting the power down.
That's another thing that I find different here, is in my Battlefield
We're
1
at the main
games,
weapon. Trying to
I
power
could have
down.
been doing that kind of shot, and I would have gotten pass-through. I would have gotten what's called collaterals. I would go through the front guy and into the guy behind him as well.
Got your back.
In this, I'm not seeing that near as much. I mean, I'm seeing that you can't really get collateral laser beam shots stop. Oh, long distance shot.
Access to the main weapon. Shutting down.
Imperial leader on the ground. Not sure who.
Boss, that's it. Boss. Not.
Let's take him.
The Imperial Bounty Hunter Balls. Please. Douchebag.
Weapons shutdown started!
Do not let them abort the process.
Throwing!
Let's take him.
Fading out!
So I'm not sure where any or all of you. Oh, sorry. Any or all of you are watching this from. Where you are. Currently 11.
Trying to shut off the main weapon!
Grenade out!
Hello, Sergeant William. If you're still on there, that is. Thank you
They
for the
weren't
comment.
expecting to lose their weapons. Even if we don't make it, the fleet
And
has
thank
a
you
chance.
for watching this
Take down the nearest
terrible
squads.
playthrough.
Then
And
we
I am
break out.
probably the worst player you'll ever watch.
There's a shuttle force nearby. You'll have to activate the elevator to summon it and bring the hangar controls online. But we have a chance. It's all we've ever needed.
Saw, dude. It's alright. One of the other things is... Oh, thank you. I usually do these live shoots on the weekends. When I have a little bit of time.
Accessing hangar controls! Roughing hangar controls!
Fight for life and freedom!
Ah, crap. Actually, been playing this game, probably about a month now. But then again, like I said, I've only been playing these on the weekends. And I've usually only gotten as far as, I think I'm on level 7 right now.
We have hangar control. All we need is the shuttle elevator.
The Rebel Alliance fall!
They took back the elevator! Can't get our shuttle!
Enemy elite on site! Watch out!
Yeah, I'm not, 100% on all those maps either. Oh, come on. That's what it's called.
At the elevator! Let's see how it runs!
One thing I've got to say about this, I'm not familiar with all the maps yet as well, even though I've been playing for about a month on this particular game. This is actually my only second time ever playing.
Shuttle is ready for launch. Heading
Death
over
Star
to the
2.
squad to join up. We took Las Ispas. Those who live, live because of you.
We destroyed the Death Star 2. really interested in all of it anyway. I play the game itself because I actually, one, like Star Wars, like any any gaming nerd. Two, I love the idea of these types of first-person shooters or third-person shooters. So hence the reason why I like this and say Battlefield 1 and Battlefront, or excuse me, Battlefield 4. I don't play Battlefield 4 as much as I probably should, but I'm usually on Battlefield 1. Yep. That's the main reason why a lot of people play it, is Star Wars. Yeah, a lot of things in gameplay could be better. Of course, a lot of games are going to be that way. What I do like is that they got their story, or yeah, basically the story, how they do certain concepts correctly with the lore of the original series and the movies and the comics, at least the ones that are supposedly canon now. They actually do keep in mind fairly decently with that. Like if you're playing the droids, they have the same type of script as you'd actually hear in one of the old TV shows, or if you were watching one of the, or playing one of the old games, I should say. The lore stays fairly prevalent, fairly active throughout the entire thing. The scripts stay relevant as well. Yeah, if you actually did sub, or do sub, excuse me, most of my gameplay, this is actually very rare. I'm not usually on Battlefront, or Battlefield, excuse me, Battlefield Front 2. God, I'm tongue twisted all of a sudden. I'm usually on Battlefront 1, or Battlefield 1. God. Maybe it's too late for me to be doing this. Yeah, some of the old games were really well done. Really lore heavy. They weren't the best playthrough, but they were lore heavy, and they like sustained the story of Star Wars. That's one of the reasons why I truly like this type of game. They were made in basically the same style, so yeah, they're gonna sound basically the same, and I think EA decided they wanted something, instead of just calling it Star Wars, they wanted something up front and in your face, and Battlefield and Battlefront are fairly, right there in front of you. Fairly strong names. The playthrough or playability of Battlefield 1, in my opinion, is one of the best. I do like a lot of the weapons that they have. I just kind of wish some of them were a little bit more realistic. Like there is a weapon called the Char-Shao in Battlefront Field 1 that is an old French, basically, submachine gun. And if it followed true to life, it would probably jam every third shot. You only get 10 to 15 shots, so it's terrible. Oh, I love the game. I really do. I think that's one of the reasons why I skip back and forth, because I love the gameplay ability of both these games. Yeah, the politics and some of the things that EA has done and said can kind of blow smoke up people's asses, but I don't know what it is. I think it's not necessarily the gameplay or gameplay ability that I love about this game. It's more about the feel of it, if you know what I mean. The ability to be in this kind of world, this this universe, this idea of that is Star Wars universe. Yeah, 3 shots, and yeah, the Sharshao would literally jam. There are stories from World War I of people who would run out onto the battlefield with a Sharshao that they were given, shoot 3 shots, it would jam, and then they would throw it on the ground and pick up another weapon that they could find on the battlefield. Now, one of the other things I would like to say about this Battlefront is I have yet to actually play anything else but the, they are taking a long time. Let's, cancel out of this. I haven't actually played anything other than these big 40-person, fighting games. Yeah. Take 3 of them into battle. They weighed about 15 pounds each. They were not light weapons. But no, yeah, I haven't actually played any of the story game or any of the fundamentals that you're supposed to. I've actually just got in and just played the 40-man or 40 or 20 versus 20 sided games. No, that isn't what I wanted. Let's see if we can't start something else. Yeah, I've heard it can be great, but then I've heard it can be rather pedantic. Hey, at least they tried more than the first Battlefield, or Battlefront, excuse me. That one had no campaign or no basic storyline. I'll agree with you there. I think that's one of the main reasons why they did that. Where is it? Yeah, I think, what am I? I'm only like level 8 on these things, I think. In fact, I think this will be my first time trying the Starfighter Assault. I think I'll go with that this time. I do, actually. I haven't actually played it as a recording or live, but I do play Fortnite, but I don't play the regular Fortnite, if you know what I mean. The regular save the world type of Fortnite where the storm comes in, you battle zombies or whatever those things are. I play the version that's like PlayerUnknown Battleground, I think is what it's like, that version quite a bit, even though, again, like I said, I'm absolutely terrible at that type of gameplay.
Take out their defenses. This is for Starkiller.
I think I've only made it to what's it called, the final 20 like 5 times, and I've been playing that game for probably about 2 weeks now.
Target that makeshift garbage they call a defense before they get it functioning.
I'll just have to
Roger that.
remind myself to do it, write it down.
Hull breach imminent.
Watch
Oh
it.
geez, spaceflight's way awkward. 5 points. If that doesn't describe my ability, 5 freaking points. Oh no, it is fun. It is fun.
That's it for me.
I do have a lot of fun playing it. Oh, jeez, that's weird.
Resistance ships are taking fire from our attack squadron.
No, not one.
Destroy those field generators before they become functional. Clear the way for our fleet. Hull breach imminent. Shaken.
At least somebody got me this time. It wasn't me killing myself. Oh, finding it hard to hear me. Okay. Let's see if I can't help that. Let's see if I can't, oops. No, that's not the plan I need. I played, you've won once, that's... That's a lot better than I've done. Like I said, I've only gotten into the 10%. I've only gotten into the final 20 twice, or 5 times, excuse me. This is odd. Where is it? I'm trying to go through my settings. I broadcast on a PS4 system, so you'll have to forgive this. I'm trying to go through my advanced settings, and it's not showing me the right settings here all of a sudden. This is odd. Where is it? Yeah, just like PUBG, it takes quite a while to get good at it, I'm sure. No. I was able to do this last time pretty decently. I can't figure out why I can't do it now this time. Oh, there it is. Okay. No, that's not the right one. That's sharing. That's odd. I'm not finding the way to do it. Sorry about I keep broadcasting back and forth. I'm trying to get into it here properly. My broadcast settings are changing constantly, so I have to figure out which buttons are which. If I accidentally press like stop broadcasting, hopefully that explains why. Yeah, I'm not finding anything that would allow me to change my mic settings right now. I would have to quit the broadcast. I apologize again. It looks like I would have to quit the broadcast to change my mic settings. If you are having too much of a hard time listening, I I will definitely change that next time.
My sympathy.
At least I went out shooting.
We almost have them. All forces prepare for the final push.
Oh, that's lovely.
Should have trained harder, I guess.
Oh, it blew me backwards. Lovely. Yeah, so if you're having a real hard time, I'll try and speak up a little bit if that might be my problem. I've been told I also have a hard time with my speech patterns. They might not come out as evenly as people would like it. Like hard P's, it causes static. That's why I try and speak a little bit softer. But if you need me to speak up, just let me know. And thank you again for joining me on this.
Weapons powered up.
And I'm terrible still. 0 points. Oh, thank you.
I'm here. Let's do this.
Fine. I think it's time.
Systems not...
Another one down. All field generation.
Can't play it. Yeah, they can be. Oh no. No. The little 12-year-olds get a little bit too excited for my taste. The high-pitched voice coming through on a lot of those microphones just can be a little aggravating. I can agree with that. Not that they don't have a certain amount of entertainment in and of themselves, just because of how young they are and how they react to certain situations. But yeah, I have to agree with that. It can be grating on the ears.
Well done. Let's finish them off.
Good. Let's keep the pressure on.
At least
Big explosions. Hello. Oh.
requesting a replacement fighter.
Yeah, no kidding. Replace the driver too, why don't you? Yeah, it's... When you're actually in space, the fighter control is quite difficult now that I've actually playing it. The ability to turn one way and the other at basically the same time, and then the 4 axes you've got to maneuver against is quite a challenge. When they're on a planet, like
Nearly got a beat, huh? Let's get this done.
like when I was last playing on what's it called? Sheep. I was playing on that. Oh wow, freaking bubble.
Why is this happening?
Allow me to change the right direction. Oh, that's fun. Yeah, when I was playing on Kashyyyk, I got to play a fighter on that one, and the controls are a little bit easier, a lot simpler in my opinion, than when they're out in space like this one. Not much choice.
You've already lost.
For the body. I do like in this how it does show what's it called? Kind of an aim assist. Yeah, I think that's what's called an aim assist. Where it shows you how far ahead you have to. How far you have
They're tearing me apart up here.
ahead of them you have to aim.
How can we be losing this battle? The First Order does not accept defeat.
You're going the wrong way.
I gave it up.
Automatically goes into the form.
That was more difficult than expected. Soon their base will be destroyed, but many escape.
So yeah, I think I'm done with starfighters for now. I'm not normally like a YouTuber of any type. This is actually kind of an interesting experiment for me. I like the idea that I can play this with other people and for other people. Like I said, I'm like your average Joe, I think, in a sense. I like, well, my work keeps me going on a regular basis. So usually I'm only able to play a game or record or do these live streams once usually over the weekends. This is the start of my weekend, I should say. I'm gonna go back to Galactic Assault and see if how many times I can get killed doing this. Let's see. For the most part, weekend gamer, yeah. There are times I'll do it during the middle of the week just for recording one, and usually, again, that's my Battlefield 1 game that I'll play for that. I've been thinking about not only doing Fortnite, but another game, like a racing game, like Gran Turismo or something like that. Oh no, I can completely understand that. I find games, even shooting games, they're quite a relief. They're a way to take your mind off of everything else, which in most cases is a good thing.
Reinforcements are here.
The Resistance came to Jakku to buy an old Imperial droid from the local scavengers. Though the droid may seem insignificant, I assure you it is most valuable to the First Order, and the Resistance will kill for it. We will take control of this wreckage to prevent the Resistance
pretty
from
much my
departing.
ideal behind
Secure the landing pad and the reactor control chamber. We'll begin our assault from there.
Moving into reactor control.
Broadcaster, I want to say. I've always hated the term YouTuber. They're much more of a broadcaster
We've reached the
slash
landing pad.
entertainer. Ah. Ready? Oh, I'm flying past them, of course.
Hold position in reactor control. No mistakes.
That's one of ours. Of course that's ours. That is one thing I found I do like about Battlefield 1 over Battlefront, is that I can shoot through my,
We're holding the outer perimeter. Regroup
somebody
and
gets
move
in my
deeper
way,
into the wreckage.
I'm not just shooting them, I'm shooting through them to get to the people behind them.
Resistance
In
forces have gathered in the supply hold.
Battlefront,
They have the droid we're after. They're moving
definitely
rapidly
have
to escape.
to,
Disperse their forces in the hold. After that,
choose
we'll
your
chase them
aiming
down
correctly.
and annihilate them.
Or else people will get in your way and it's a pain sometimes. Because then you're not getting any kind of decent landing, any kind of decent shots. How did I know that was going to happen?
Locking down the hold.
I don't know. I think I'll try Specialist. This is the first time I've actually been on Jakku.
Let's go.
I'm gonna see which ones. The Blurg? I don't think I've ever heard of the Blurg. Is it a game or
Seize
is
the
it
area now.
a type of computer system? I'm not sure what Blurg is. Of course, if you're trolling me, I won't get it.
The enemy is scattered. Regroup and push forward together.
Can't jump on this. Really? I'm stuck here.
Now is the test of our assault. Capture the two main exit points so the resistance cannot leave. We will pluck our prize from the carnage.
No, I have not tried that.
Grenade out. Guarding the west exit.
No, I was just saying that I wouldn't get the joke. Not that you actually were, it's just I wouldn't get it. The officer... like I said, I've only got... Come on, there we go. Equip weapons. Yeah, I have nothing. Oh, Blurg, okay. RRG. 112, okay. Yeah, no, I don't have anything unlocked at the moment, so...
Stationing forces at the east exit.
I can try it.
Back together.
I'm not very good with the officer. I'm not very proficient with how they fight. I'd like to say I can get better at it, but I'm still not that great. Getting shot.
This is taking too long. Secure the east exit now.
Across the battlefield, that's not a good idea. Yep. Thought the water boy. Some of these names that people give their characters just they scare me sometimes. Really? It takes a special type to play heavy. I found. Not that I'm necessarily any better than most people. I'm actually, like I said, I'm probably one of the worst.
Reinforcements are here.
My normal tag is Griffinxan, X-A-N, not just X-A-N-G-O like my name. If you have seen me around, hi, congratulations. No, I'm usually not that well known.
Reinforcements. We have an elite operative on
Other than
site.
being killed constantly. Oh shit, I thought that was a wafer. Oh, come on, I couldn't get the grenade off in time. Oh well. My tag in... I think it's the same for my Battlefront, or Battlefield, excuse me. I think I'm going to go with Specialist again, try that out. Seems like I can get some good distance on this. My tag should be the same for pretty much every game that I've played so far. I haven't been able to really change it all that much. I don't see a reason right now to change it, although if I were to get into some other heavy games, I'd probably do it.
Grenade in play!
Oh yeah, that's exactly what
I've got this.
Can't see where the damn... Gotta love it. That's a great loadout to have one of those. Wow, I'm sliding down the hill. Why did I decide to start streaming? Decided to start streaming. I can't talk right now. You know, it was just one of those things to try. I've done probably about 15 just regular
I'm at your side.
15 to 30 minute videos. Did a little bit editing on them. Decided it was kind of this talking with people, and not only with the players that I play with on the game, but talking with people in the chat. It seemed a lot more entertaining to me than not. You know what I mean? Being able to get interactions quite how do you say it? Not an aphrodisiac, but a stimulant. Something that stimulates your mind as well as what you're doing. Like
I'm at your side.
being oh, come on. I'm gonna die anyway.
The Resistance is escaping. The Empire lost on Jakku. Now, so have we.
To a point, I think I'm fairly decently knowledgeable. I wouldn't say I'm exactly smart, but yeah, I can have knowledge in the right spots. Mostly it's stuff that people don't even, you know, need to know. Oh, thank you. Thank you for finding me at least a little bit entertaining. The other reason I found that I like streaming, especially if I can get in contact with the people that are watching, like this, is that I was diagnosed in my state as having mental disorder. Most people call it ADD or ADHD. My state actually calls it a full mental disorder. So thank you. So being able to concentrate on the game as well as seeing people people I can interact with at the same time, frees up a little bit of my mind to be able to focus on the game and focus on where I'm firing and whatnot, as well as being able to split my concentration a little bit on the people that I'm talking with. It does affect people.
We're all wondering why we
yeah, I guess.
Turns out scavengers found an Imperial droid in the wreck. One that could be
Probably
real
not
important to the First
this
Order.
weekend, but
Our plan
or
is to grab the
if I
droid
do
and
it
fly.
this weekend, it'll be
It's never that easy, though.
sometime
We
later
got the
today,
droid,
since
but
how
we've
it's
also
now
got
already
stormtroopers
12:30
now.
where
Hold
I
off
am.
the enemy at the landing pad and reactor control. And I'll try and figure a way out.
You don't jump, really? Oh, there you go.
They're
Let's
on the
see.
landing pad!
In my opinion, the only downside to this particular game, when it comes down to it, is that you can get caught on the stupidest little things, and your player model won't be able to get past it. There are times I found that can be
Reactor control
so
room's under
annoying.
fire!
I didn't realize that guy was behind me. And it wasn't even him that killed me, really? Freaking blaster turret. Social anxiety, yeah, that, when I was younger, I had that, a pretty good bit of that, too. Never really made a whole lot of
crud!
friends, but
Losing
once
the
you
landing
get
pad!
several decent ones,
Sticking with you.
it'll stick with you. Those are the best ways to get over that, because they'll push you into certain social standings, or situations. Certain situations where you
First Order hitting the landing pad!
where you'll make jokes.
Guess we got a
that
fighter
are
on hand.
kind of out of the not in good taste, I would say. I've done this several times, so I know exactly what I'm. Not exactly what I'm talking about, but pretty close to it. Big shot out. Big shot out. It can be. In a
The
sense,
First
I
Order
guess
is
I was
taking the landing pad.
lucky
Still got
enough to
reactor
find
control.
several decent friends that when push came to shove, they actually pushed me. Oh, jaywalkers. They pushed me into certain social situations where, one, yes, I fell flat on my face several times, but they were there to make it not as awkward for me.
Let's go.
You know? That's, in my opinion, that's my opinion towards you. Find somebody who will push you into a situation, but not just drop you there and let you fend for yourself kind of thing. They'll back you up when it comes down to it. Now, I'm not trying to say go out and fight people.
You heard the report?
Definitely
Sure
not
of
what
that
I'm trying to
position.
say. Oh my gosh, those stupid turrets. Yeah, I guess in a sense I was lucky, but I really, now that I'm older, I really wish I'd gotten quite a few more because as it is, I know how bad social anxiety can make it
Get some more people to react to control.
hard
Go!
to find the right,
By your side.
friends, actually have friends. I think that's part of my problem today.
Lost the sector. That's
that
okay.
I don't
I've got a
hardly
plan.
I have
Fall
work
back and
friends, I
never
guess you could
fly
call
home.
them, but I don't have.
Transport's on their way to get us out, so they need time.
It's not like they
We'll
follow
hold the
me
first
home
order
and
of the supply home
have
for
a-
now. It's as good a choke point as any.
come home and have dinner with me
Laid
or
out.
anything like that. What did he kill me? Oh, sniper guy. Okay. So yeah, it does mean you kind of have to get out of your shell a little bit,
We're not done yet.
but and I honestly do know how hard that can be. So I'm not trying to like
First order
mess with
commander
you.
now
I'm not
landing.
trying to
Can't
give
see
you
who.
bad advice when it comes down to this. I honestly do understand how hard it can be to get out and actually do stuff like that. There are times I honestly wonder why I'm in doing this sometimes. I mean, I love doing it, don't get me wrong. I like actually playing games and having all these tactical entertainment that normal people like. But a lot of the time I wonder why am I not out getting drinks with my friends? Why am I not out, oh yeah, much harder than it sounds, much harder than it sounds. And it does come down to that. It's like, why do I do this? Yeah, I know, I completely understand. Always. Freaking walker. Oh, and the Emperor's here too. Oh, this is gonna be fun. Yeah. It's much hard. It will be harder. It's always much harder than it sounds. One of the things I found that was kind of interesting, I'm not sure if this will help
By your side.
or hinder as it is, but a lot of what social anxiety comes from is actually habit. If you build up habits a certain way, a lot more mace-like than I thought it was. A habit is a habit for a reason. They're so hard to change. For the simple reason that it is a habit. We've gotten used to doing something one way.
Gotta drag this out. Defend the supply home.
Where you don't
Elite first order agent on site.
you don't really want to change. Not that you don't want to change either, though.
The hold is
Body
overrun.
doesn't want
Fall
to
back
change.
to secondary position.
That's one of the things I've also done. Your body
We'll try to keep the
rejects
nearby
it.
exit point
That's
secure.
why you get
We
that
manage that,
anxiety.
get outside, be back with the droid. If the first order forces
Body
us back,
doesn't want
well,
to.
there's one more shot.
work. Well, I don't want to say not work properly because most of the time, even though it is a high anxiety situation, your body's saying you're in a fight or flight mode. You're really not.
Under heavy fire at the west exit!
Yeah. Well, not something as little as just talking with people. You have a certain type of habit of how you talk to somebody. Like if you say you're in high school, so if you have a certain way of talking to the people you talk to at your high school, that can lead to how you talk to people outside your high school, but the situations are not the same. If you have friends in your high school, that's a very controlled situation. That is a controlled environment. A lot of people pretty close to having the same issues
Hostiles
and
taking the west exit!
And good vibrations and homework that you do. So they have a lot of the same reactions. But when it comes down to it, the outside of the high school environment is nowhere near the same. Because, I'm stuck again. The outside environment is totally different. From
Have one of these!
what is actually going on.
East exit is slipping away!
So you'll have to talk to people who
How many are there? Never
older
mind.
than you,
Keep fighting.
have more experience, or less experience. Am I stuck on something? Oh, crap.
Get behind me!
West exit's getting overrun!
Different situations have a hard time separating one for another. So, in high school, you get into a certain... basically let's go with habits. That's basically what you get to a certain habit on how to talk to
out of the east side!
and then you're not prepared for how the outside world changes. Like, if you have several people that, let's see, I have anxiety mostly in the area of speaking in front of people. Yeah. Oh, yeah. And you'll find that like 60 to 70% of the people out there have the same problem. A one-on-one position, you're golden, right? You can look them in the eye. You can see the emotions on that one person's face. You can tell how into the conversation they are, or how out of it they are, but up in front of people, there's so many. Your focus is spread out over a larger area.
First order at the east exit!
Your focus isn't on one single spot like it is in a single conversation. And that again is another bit of habit. Habit is surprisingly vital and restrictive.
Shore up the east exit. Let's keep it if we can.
Grenade out!
It really is more interesting combination of things out there. I can't see shite. Habit is scary. But then habit is also a way of living. It stems from shot again. A lot of habit stems from ancient history. When humans were in tribes instead of big cities or towns, where everything depended on you doing something a certain way.
Enemy capture the team at the west!
Really? I got stuck on the stairs.
Armed and out!
So, habit was a good way of learning how to continuously do it correctly. Die already!
Allied reinforcements! Top combatant on site! West exit is falling.
got me through the
Take it
dirt.
while
Is that
we
how
can.
you did that? Yeah. It's surprising how much ingrained stuff like habits, like subconscious actions, don't actually translate in today's world, because you don't need to. Like, no, I'm just, I wouldn't say I'm smart, I would say I'm knowledgeable. Just for the fact that I know stuff that doesn't really pertain to today. I was gonna say, like, one of the habits that I have, let's get back into the game. Good victory, yay!
Ready to go.
Because I'm a night
Droid is
shift person.
secure. Let's leave this
They
junkyard
say
behind.
that 10% of any given population is going to be a night shift person. Hello and welcome to whoever just joined. A night shift person, they literally have nighttime tendencies, and this stems from being in tribes. Yay, level 8. The tribe needed a certain amount of people to stay up at night to protect and warn people if something was attacking or whatnot. I myself have kind of been regressed into that. For the longest time, I had to do night shifts for almost 5 years. I had to do night shifts straight from 8 o'clock at night to 10 o'clock in the morning. So my body has basically been conditioned to be a night shift type person. It wasn't until I think the last year and a half where I've had to be switched over to a day shift, where I have to come in at 7, that I realized how much that night shift habit, as it were, can really take over and really stick you in a certain type of mold. It has been so incredibly hard for me to switch from a night shift to a day shift. Like, I've been doing a day shift now for 2 years, and I've just barely gotten into the swing of being on day shift. So yeah, habits are a very interesting side effect of, in my opinion, the evolutionary series that humans have gone through
With the Death Star
being
gone,
in-
the fleet is withdrawing and
Hello.
this moon is crawling with rebels. We need to evacuate the base and withdraw to another system. It's my call now, and I accept the facts. The rebels are trying to hijack a walker to use against us.
Oh my
Delay
God,
them
shut
as long
up
as you
already.
can. Do not let them override critical systems. They'll target 3 positions. Move!
Oh, for the longest time I was. 5 years of night shift will do it to you.
Now we wait.
Oh, wrong way. Yeah, no. Being a night owl. I will say this about being a night owl. Yeah, you don't have to deal with as many stupid people as day shift types do. You don't have to deal with near as bad a traffic either. But you don't get the same type of available friendships and stuff like that. And I'm dead again.
They're shutting us out of the fuel station.
It's very hard to meet people on a night shift. It's very hard to go to stores on night shift. It's very hard to go to the bank on night shift. Get your
Fuel
paycheck and
station
you
clear.
can't even pay
Override offline.
get it paid in.
Walker Bay systems compromised.
will say this, I do understand the idea. Get out of the way already, holy crap. How bad mental disorder
Unauthorized access to the main computer.
can change your life in a sense, even when it's something as simple as ADHD, like I was diagnosed with.
Rebels accessing the main computer.
It does take a lot of time to condition yourself how to react correctly. A social anxiety can be crippling if you don't know how you're going to react in a situation.
Main computer under rebel control. Shift our defenses to the fuel station and Walker Bay.
I think the guy's shooting at me this time.
Fuel station fully operational again.
Stop shooting at me, dick. How did you get up there? Oh yes, there is definitely worse out there. Definitely worse out there. I've seen people with some of the most crippling bipolar conditions. I mean, it's night and day differences. They can be happy as a fucking rainbow. You know what I mean? Just solid, having a gloriously good time, and the next they are the biggest rain cloud you've ever come across, and you don't get why it changed.
Emergency at the fuel station.
And that bipolar reason isn't the worst of it either. There are so many different aspects out there. I'm close enough anyway. Oh yeah, no problem, man. Yeah, it's 1 o'clock for me here. I'm gonna call it a night. Dead. I'm gonna call it a night here in a second anyway. In fact, yeah. It's been a good time. I'm gonna call it a night right here. Thank you
Rebels are at the Walker
for
Bay.
joining me on this interesting broadcast, if anything. It was good talking to you in the chat and those who will be listening to this eventually later on. Have a nice night.